Hello, I am coming to you with just a slight update. So, I did go see my doctor because I wanted to make sure that everything I was doing was okay. I had had some days where I was like really tired or had like fog and just like wasn't able to really function very well. And I thought that it was my salt intake. But when I raised my salt intake, then I would get high blood pressure. And so I just needed to figure that out and make sure that like everything else I was doing was not harming my body. So it's not. I all of my everything turned out just fine. She did suggest that maybe instead of adding salt, that I add magnesium and potassium. So I have that in powder form that I have been using rather than increasing my salt intake. I still need to get, around 3,000, but I don't need to get to that 4,000 mark. So I am glad for that. So that is fantastic. Most people should have about 2,600 milligrams of salt or sodium, I should say, per day. So I want to make sure I hit that mark because I don't want to be deficient in my salt, and maybe even go up to 3,000 because I do need just a bit more salt because of this diet, but I don't need to try to get to that 4,000. So that is fantastic. The magnesium and potassium have been working really well for me, so I really haven't had any more of those kind of days or issues. So that is fantastic. That is kind of like figured out. My thyroid is fine. I am doing really good with what I'm doing. So you won't see me like trying to get to this really high salt number every day. And then the other thing that I kind of figured out, which I feel like I'm dumb, that I didn't figure it out earlier. I kept trying to hit this like percentage of protein, but that doesn't make sense because sometimes my net carbs are like 10 and sometimes they're 20, which is going to change just inherently. That's how math works, is going to change my percentage of protein. So I talked to my doctor about like really how much protein I should be like having in a day. And she said at least 100 grams of protein per day. So that's kind of my first goal. And really, I should have even more protein. So I should have like 135 grams of protein a day. But I'm going to start with I need to have 100 a day at least. That's going to be my goal, is to hit that number of 100. So I am increasing my protein also.